Welcome to BioClass. Today we will discuss biodiversity conservation, Ramsar sites. Ramsar sites, this topic not in your book, but it is there in the syllabus. So, first here we are discussing the Ramsar site. Look at here, the Ramsar site. Ramsar is the one place, Mazandaran province in Iran. Ramsar sites here indicates that wetland, and here it means that in one word, if I say that wetland conservation and the biodiversity of the wetland. So, it is an international treaty which is signed in 1971 on the sustainable use of wetland and the global conservation of the biodiversity. Okay. 2nd February 1971, I mean 50 years, I think very soon will complete. World Wetland Day, that is celebrated. So, here is the websites. 171 countries in this I mean in this treaty, and 2,400 sites in the world that is there. So, now question is, what is a Ramsar site? Look at him. Ramsar sites, it should be lowland, water source, it can be artificial, natural, water bodies, I mean it can be whole year water can be there or seasonal can be. Water can be stagnant or flowing, fresh water, brackish and saline, anything can be, but it should reach in biodiversity. If sea is there, also can be included in Ramsar site, but it should be less than 6 meter depth. So, that is at a glance about the Ramsar site. I think all you can understand from every point. So, in one word, if I can say that Ramsar site, it means the wetland. Okay. Now, this Ramsar site, here it is what to observe this in that site. What to observe? Here it is biodiversity, this first of all, the ecological change due to climate change, it can be human interference, which is the most important part, it is, and the pollution. Okay. So, we have to save that wetland to save the ecosystems. Okay. So, here all this data and informations of the Ramsar site, it is registered in Montprex record, which is called in Switzerland, registers, and here all the sites about the site, it is written the change in biodiversity, ecological change, the factories and beside the wetland is there or not, human interference, are there any other disturbance, if it is there, then it is. Now, in India, the 41 Ramsar sites are there. India joins in 1st February 1982. Maximum Ramsar sites are found in UK, but maximum area it covers in Bolivia. There are some Ramsar sites which you can see. These are the Chilka Lake in Puri, the Sundarban wetland, Loktak Imphal, Ular in Srinagar, Bhitarkanika in Odisha, Nal Sarovar, Gujarat. There are so many other that you can see here. This is the Ramsar site in India. There is 41. Recently, 10 site is added as a Ramsar site in India. So, all right, that is about Ramsar site. Now, in biodiversity conservation, the one question will arise, why should we conserve biodiversity? What is the need? Why we do that? Here the narrow utilization and the broadly utilization, narrowly utilization and broadly utilization is there. It means that when we are making the cost of one tree, then normally what we are telling that what kind of wood is there, how much you can get from that wood, from any tree. If that wood is 2 lakh rupees, if it is, then we are not thinking about that in the lifetime of that tree, the 3 crore of oxygen and the air filtering process that the cost about 9 crore, soil erosion that 1 crore, and water cycle about 3 crore. So the broad and narrow, that two kind of utilization, that in narrow that we are thinking about what we can see that it is wood. Here look at here, this the food material, firewood, the fiber, all this material, that what we can see that the more than 25% of the drug the currently sold the market, the derived from the plant, and that is the 25,000 species of the plant they contribute traditionally. Here nobody know that the many other the medicinal useful plant, the tropically rainforest is waiting to explode. Many things to exploring and the molecular and genetic the species. It means that economic importance in bioprospecting, and that one, that is the drug, food industry, this different management that is there. That is the narrowly utilization. Let us know further the next part. In broadly utilization, we know that oxygen, here the Amazon forest estimated to produce the photosynthesis 20% total oxygen to the earth atmosphere. For your information, there is earth I mean all over the world, but for your information I can give you that in Purulia district, you know that Ajodha Pahad, that area is there. In that here area also the full of biodiversity and the plants. Here also the 25% of the oxygen we are getting. I mean we city to all are getting from there only. So this is the one part is there. Another part is the pollination. Pollination without bee, bumblebee, birds, bat, it is not possible. So this part is very important. So biodiversity is important. We sometimes we don't know about the insect, but this insect plays a very important role in ecosystem. So that we have to keep in mind. Oxygen normally we are we are thinking that we will get all the time, but when you will buy that in oxygen cylinder, that is huge cost. You have to pay 6,000 rupees, 8,000 rupees. That if we calculate, then it will be huge. In this way, that if we think that the organism which is there in the biodiversity and the several linked animal and plant in ecosystems, that importance is there. Okay. How do we conserve biodiversity? How we can protect that? There is two different approaches. The one is in situ conservation. Another is ex situ conservation. In situ conservation means on site. Here it is written on site conservation. It means that where the problem is occurred and problem will occur, we have to go that site and we have to check that the problem how we can solve it. So in situ, it means that in there we will go and there only we can try to solve the problem. So that is the meaning, and in broad this meaning a little bit changes. Ex situ means off site. Off site, it means that the problem, if it is there in certain area, this problem we can take it in any other sites, laboratories, and we can check it, and after that again we can go there and solve the problem. So this is the just definition, I mean theoretical definition. In practically that in situ conservation, then where in situ conservation, I am telling you that national park, sanctuary, biosphere reserve, religious belief also inside it. Let us take a look that how it is done in short. Here it is, in situ, ex situ. In situ, that protected area network is on site. It is a secret group, lake and biosphere reserve, that is terrestrial marine, and national park, wildlife sanctuaries. I think you know about that, wildlife sanctuaries, that protected animals, that and the national park and plant animals are kept. So in that way it is conserved, biosphere reserved also, and this part is the religious belief that automatically it is saved from the nature. And but the ex situ, it is different. Already it is told, it is from the laboratory based. So seed bank, the field gene bank, cryopreservation, botanical garden, the wildlife safari park, tissue culture, IVF of animal, germplasm collection, cryopreservation, many things here it is included ex situ. I think now it is clear that ex situ, it is in different way we can conserve, different way in genetical and molecular level that we can conserve this biodiversity. In situ conservation, that we have to see that the maximum protection in the certain biodiversity hotspot region with a very high level of the species richness, high degree of endemism. That means the species, certain species which is found exclusively there. Initially, the 25 biodiversity hotspot identified, and in India also there are 4 different. We can see this part here. You can see these areas that in India 35 identified biodiversity hotspot in the world, and 4 in India. That is a very good news. These are the Himalaya areas, the Western Ghats, Indo-Burma, that region, and the Andamans, these areas, and area Sundarban and Andaman, that areas. Okay. India now has 14 biosphere reserve, 90 national parks, 448 wildlife sanctuaries. It is there. Now, next is the secret group. Here it is. It is already told that it is a belief that the forest and the certain animal, these are the holy animal, and in that way the animals and the plants, the tree, it is protected. Our aim is that protection, and how it can be protected, it is different. Okay, in different tribe, I mean, they are having some totem. Means that taboo oriented, that certain plants, animal, they are doing the worship, they will not eat that, they will not kill that animal or the plant. So in that way it is there, that in Bengal it is also there, the people, bamboo, neem, mulberry, that plant, it is not destroyed by the people, by the local people. So if you see that long list, it is there. If we see here, in Himachal Pradesh, that Karnataka, Kerala, Maharashtra, it is the more number is there, and Bengal also there, and some local name it is given. Okay. About ex situ approaches conservation, already it is told that zoological park, I mean here tissue culture, IVF, botanical garden, wildlife safari, all these things are there, that in detail it is not there. I think you can understand that if any organism, it is almost extinct, that we can save from, we can collect the gene and we can conserve it. In that way we can save, and the eggs can be collected, and after that in vitro fertilization process we can. So totally that scientific level it is conserved. So different National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resource, NBPGR, National Bureau of the Fish Genetic Research, NBFGR, all these are the helping in this. So ex situ conservation, it is increasing day by day, and we can improve in that to save the animals. That's all in this part. Thank you.